Hi, my name is Camille, and this is the In Between. If you're just joining me, I want to welcome you to this very special video series in which we are navigating the space between what was and what is yet to be, the place between endings and beginnings. It turns out there is a pattern to this terrain, there's a map. And we're using this map to better navigate our own journey through our own transformation. We've learned about the change cycle. We've learned about the inner landscape, how we feel when we're in the change cycle. And today we begin the new area of change known as the helpers. And this to me is very good news, that as we are walking through this messy and yet mystical experience that we call the in-between, we have helpers. We have supportive guides and energies that are assisting us as we walk. Let's begin with the anchor. Now, when you're going through change, when you are in confusion, chaos, and uncertainty, when things are crazy, it is good to remember that there is always something available to you that will anchor you during the upheaval. Now, in the old design model, we looked outside of ourselves pretty much for everything because we were taught, we were programmed to believe that our source was external. And so we would go outside of ourselves for the things that anchor us. It's not to say there are not good things outside of ourselves that can help anchor ourselves during times of change. Our friends are an example of something outside of ourselves that can help steady us during times of transformation. However, in the new design model, and certainly in the in-between, we understand what's happened. We understand that we are going from the outer world as source to the inner world as source. We're realizing that we're going from outer leadership and other leadership to inner leadership and self-leadership. And so the helpers become tools in our toolbox that we can use when we need them. And the anchor is something that I use all the time during my own experience of change, whether it's a day of change or a year of change, let alone a whole lifetime that's changing. The anchor is a reminder to turn away and turn towards myself and to make every effort to anchor myself in the moment. The anchor does not prevent the waves. The waves are still crashing upon us. But what the anchor does do is it steadies us. It gives us something to root down into. It allows us to bend but not break. It allows us to sway and go with the flow without being totally thrown off our path. And when we are, because that does happen, the anchor helps us come back to center and find our way again. If it's new to you, as it was to me not too long ago, this idea of myself providing the anchor to my own life and my own turmoil and my own storm, it's okay. That's why we're here. We're learning together some of the new ways that we can navigate this incredible time of massive change. Perhaps you'll just start with the breath. I got to tell you, I can talk for a long time about the breath because when I really understood the breath, wow, it totally changed my life. The breath is everything. In fact, the breath is one of the very few bodily functions that we actually have control over, that we actually can participate in. And to me, that's part of the divine intelligence. That makes so much sense to the divine creation that is the human. Why? Because when you learn how to breathe, when you simply become aware of your breath, like right now, where's your breath? Is it up here? Is it in your upper chest? This is why they say a shortness of breath, because it's a short trip from the shallow upper chest breathing. It's a short trip, shortness of breath. In the new design model, and definitely in the in-between, we bring awareness to our breath, not by force, but by observation. Yeah, my breath is up here, okay. And now maybe can I slow it down a little bit and see if I can drop it down a little bit more into where my lungs are? Can I put a little bit more attention on the exhale? We tend to put a lot of attention on the inhale. These days, though, it's very helpful to make sure we are exhaling. Maybe you're holding your breath and you don't even realize that you are. By bringing mindful awareness to your breath, that it's there and it exists, and by having an awareness of it and working with it, learning how to slow it down and bring it down from your upper chest, through your lungs, down into your belly, you will be anchoring yourself in a way that is profound and deeply effective. 60 seconds of mindful breathing, 60 seconds of just slowing it down. Not only calms your mind, slows your heartbeat, but it regulates and resets the nervous system. Right now, our nervous system is overstimulated, whether because life is intense, your job is intense, your family life is intense. You have kids and it's crazy busy. You're caring for an aging parent. Whatever it is, simply remembering to breathe is a game changer. In the beginning, yeah, I put Post-it notes all around the house. Why? To help myself learn a new practice, to help myself remember, oh yeah, I want to be mindful of my breath. I want to be mindful when I'm holding my breath. I want to be mindful when I'm breathing only from the upper chest. And right, okay, let me slow it down. Let me bring it down into my belly. This also helps with the fight, flight, and freeze response that's wired into our brain. And if you spend any time in the news these days, any time in the headlines, any time on social media, it is a tough time right now for people. It is a very difficult time right now for people. People are having real difficulties. There's outrageous violence going on that we don't want anymore. And yet, there it is. So the anchor reminds us, hey, you know what? You're kind of filled up right now. Take a break. Walk away from the screen and maybe take a walk by the stream. Or at the very least, put the phone down. Turn off the computer. Push away from the desk. Go outside. Get some fresh air. Take a walk if you can. What is it that anchors you to yourself? Maybe you've never asked yourself that question. I invite you to ask it right now. What anchors you to yourself? And if you don't know, if nothing is coming up, stay with it. Don't let your mind dismiss it. Oh, you didn't have an answer, so we don't know. No, we're going to ask the question. We're going to massage that question. We're going to create space until it's revealed through us what it is that anchors us. I'm simply offering some suggestions. The breath, for sure, can anchor us. Going to the gym can anchor us. puts us back in our body. So important. I never was a gym person. That was my story. Oh, I don't do the gym. And then like 2 years ago, I was like, you keep saying that, but you don't have the body or the strength that you also keep saying you want. So something's got to give. You either have to give up your story about the gym, or you have to give up your story of wanting a body that oftentimes comes because you're going to the gym. I just decided to give up my story about not being a gym person. Guess what? I'm a gym person and I love it. My mind doesn't love it, but my body loves it, and it anchors me. It is incredible how much going to the gym and lifting weights anchors me, helps me remember, oh, right, okay, I have a body. I'm in my body now. I can feel myself getting stronger. I know that I'm anchoring myself even though the chaos is spinning all around me. In this moment, I feel anchored. So I want you to ask yourself, what anchors me? And just be with the question until answers begin to emerge. And then have the experience of it. You really won't know until you try. Because when you're in overwhelm, the last thing you're thinking about is what's going to anchor me. However, by doing the work before you need it, by putting the tools in the toolbox before you're going to reach for them, in the moment when you need them, you'll remember that you've done just that. And you'll go ahead and you'll grab that breathing exercise. You'll go ahead and go, oh, you know what? I'm going for a walk. I'm going to go to the gym. I need a yoga class. You know what? I'm just going to make a cup of tea and have a seat. Or, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do anything right now. That phone call was intense. There's too much going on. I feel overwhelmed right now. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sit right here and breathe. I'm going to catch my breath. I'm going to exhale until I can feel myself turning away from the outer chaos and turning back inward towards that peace that is there, that can never be touched by whatever is happening around us. That's why I call these beautiful energies that support us the helpers. When you're seeing a ship that's in a storm and they throw the anchor over the edge, and that anchor has a long way to go many times before it hits the bottom of the ocean. But when it does, it locks in and that ship is steady. While the waves are pounding it, it's steady. That's exactly what the anchor is reminding us that we too can do. We can throw that practice into the chaos, into the storm, until we feel steadied. And we can navigate it from a place that's rooted within our own self. Thanks so much for watching. Take really good care of yourself.